Good evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Perez, and here's a look at the stories making news on this Tuesday. Both sides making their closing arguments today in the life or death case of the Parkland shooter, Nikolas Cruz. Prosecutors telling the jury that he deserves to die for his actions, while Cruz's attorneys pushed for life in prison. His fate will soon be decided as jury deliberations begin tomorrow. They will be asked to weigh weeks of trial testimony from the state and defense to decide for each of the 17 murder counts whether life or death is the appropriate punishment. They will need to be unanimous if choosing death. A SWAT standoff unfolding in the upscale Pinecrest community. Police say this all started when two men got into an argument over a woman at the Gardens of Pinecrest Apartments off Kendall Drive. The 30-year-old suspect then shot the other man in the head before taking off and barricading himself at a home about 2 miles away. SWAT negotiators worked for nearly 2 hours to de-escalate the situation. When they got no response, they made their way inside and found the suspect with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. A series of fake shooting threats targeting multiple schools across South Florida. At least 9 campuses throughout Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County were placed on lockdown as authorities responded to the fear of a real threat. However, they soon learned the suspicious calls were actually a hoax known as swatting. The FBI is now working with local and state authorities to track down the person or people behind these calls. Election day is only a few weeks away, and candidates are working overtime as the fight for Florida governor heats up. Democratic candidate Charlie Crist campaigning in South Florida today with an effort to refocus voters on the importance of abortion rights. Meanwhile, Governor Ron DeSantis' public focus on emergency recovery after Hurricane Ian has had him on statewide news daily with positive impacts to share. Florida's election is just 4 weeks away. As breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.